Well, Ken Tomash filling in for John Langerman, who was filling in for Tom Tidy. Not only was John under the weather at 6, he's off the anchor desk. So
it was either a job for Batman or for me. Batman gets Kim Basinger, I get Jane. So already my life is better off than Batman.
What a liar.
Better off than Pete Rose, too. And the question has pretty much shifted now from did Pete Rose bet on baseball to will Pete Rose be banned from the game for life for betting on baseball? Well, Rose's lawyers are admitting now that worst-case scenario is a possibility. A judge will rule tomorrow on the Reds manager's lawsuit against the commissioner, while Rose sits and waits. He did take the time today on his radio show to deny rumors he would resign if tomorrow's ruling goes against him.
When you feel you're innocent, you don't resign from something you love, and I love the Cincinnati Reds and managing the Cincinnati Reds, and I intend on managing the Cincinnati Reds the next 10 years.
Well, Rose doesn't sound or look like a guy who's in his final hours in the game, but his Reds are sliding. Today, the Dodgers drilled him. Lenny Harris booted this ball hit by Alfredo Griffin. That allowed Jose Gonzalez and Mike Socha to score and tied the game at 2 in the first. In the next inning, Fernando Valenzuela at the plate goes down the line and left. That's going to be extra bases even with Fernando running. And when Joel Youngblood couldn't come up with the ball and left, Valenzuela went to third. Alfredo Griffin scored to make it 3-2 LA. And the Dodgers went on to a 10-3 win. Back east, the Mets pulled within a game of the division lead by beating the Phillies in front of another packed house. Second inning, Floyd Yeomans demonstrates the 50-foot curveball. Mookie Wilson trots home in the wild one, and it was 2-0 Mets. Then in the bottom of the third, Dave Magadan, see ya. A solo home run deep to right. That made it 3-0 Mets. Now, you know Ron Darling can pitch, but did you know he hit 400 at Yale? Go Eli's. Darling's first major league home run into the seats and left as the Mets dropped the Phillies tonight 4-2. New York is now just a game behind Chicago because Montreal whitewashed the Cubs 5-0 at Wrigley Field. Tonight, Vince Coleman stole his 39th straight base, a new record, but the Pirates topped the Cardinals 5-2, and the Astros got by the Braves 5-4. In the American League, the Twins and Red Sox played 2 the hard way. One game in the afternoon, then another at night. And if you're wondering who turned down the part Michael Keaton got, look no further than these two guys at Fenway Park. The Red Sox broke open a 1-0 game in the 5th when Dwight Evans hit a shot to left center. This is clearly over the wall and off a post, but the umps ruled it a ground rule double. Still, Wade Boggs and Mike Greenwell scored, and it was 3-0 Boston. Then the kid from North Fort Myers slapped this one down the line in the 6th. Boggs came around to score on the double by Greenwell. He will just beat the relay to the plate. Take my word for it, the Red Sox snapped a 3-game losing streak with a 6-2 win in Game 1. Then they cleaned out the park, did dinner, and the Red Sox won the game tonight 11-2. The A's beat the Jays 7-1. Dave Stewart got his 12th win, and Ricky Henderson homered. The Yanks drilled the Royals. Chicago leads Milwaukee, and it's Cleveland 6, Texas 3 in the 8th. Well, the golfers have all gone north for the summer. The first tournaments after the solstice have been dealing with typical summertime weather. The LPGA's McDonald's Classic is being plagued by the rains. Here, Nancy Ramsbottom hits the long birdie putt on the way to a 70 today. Shirley Furlong is the leader at 12 under. Play was halted for nearly 3 hours because of the rain. The weather, though, finally held up north of the border, and Clark Burrows, who hasn't come close to a win in his 3-year career on the PGA Tour, fired an 8-under par 64 to take a 2-stroke lead at the Canadian Open. Burrows' best career finish is 11th place. He'll go for the win at the Canadian tomorrow. So after 3 rounds, it's Burrows with a 2-stroke lead on Steve Jones. Lon Hinkle shot 66 today. He's tied for 4th with Jim Gallagher. Also, Nolan Hinkey of Fort Myers playing consistent golf, shot even par 72 today. After 71s the first 2 days, he's way off the pace, but playing well. The seniors are in Syracuse. Dick Hendrickson's second straight 66 has him 4 strokes in the lead, with Phil Rogers and Harold Henning tied for second. Jim Dent is 5 back. Well, 2 teams with Tuesday's NBA draft in mind did some dealing today. The Portland Trail Blazers traded injury-prone center Sam Bowie and the 12th pick in the first round to the New Jersey Nets for veteran power forward Buck Williams. Also in NBA news, a first for Glasnost, the Soviet Union's best player, Sharuna Marshalanis, became the first player from his country to join the NBA as he signed a 3-year contract with the Golden State Warriors. And coming back from down under in boxing, Jeff Harding of Australia in the black rallied to upset Britain's Dennis Andrews to win the WBC light heavyweight championship today. Harding, who was a late substitute for the retired Donnie Lalonde, knocked Andrews to the canvas twice in the 12th round in Atlantic City to win the title. He feels kind of like Langerman tonight.
Yeah.
He went to the canvas a couple times.
We hope John's feeling better tonight, and we sure hope he's not watching us from one of the local pubs, right?
Exactly.
Thanks, Ken. Just ahead, if you haven't seen the movie Batman, we'll tell you who...